We are live. Welcome to Salt and Sand Studios Yoga Intermissions. Today's Try This at Home is focused on gratitude, creating the freedom and the scope and the space to practice gratitude is a tenet of yoga. And we will work it in with, so start a little bit of breath work. We're going to do a little meditation on gratitude. And then we'll work into our movement to open up the body even more to allow for gratitude. So comfortable seat, proppage if you need it. Because we are going to spend a little bit of time meditating. If you prefer to sit in a chair with your back against the wall, absolutely feel free. However, work the tailbone down, the belly button in, and the spine nice and straight. My name is Karen. Great to have you here. Back of the right hand in the palm of the left and your thumbs touch. Tuck your chin a little bit. Take a big breath in through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. Really audible. Inhale deeply. And release. And one more time. We'll work in to Ujjayi breath if you are new to it or need a refresher. It's a little constriction at the back of your throat, not so tight that you can't breathe. Tongue is away from the roof of your mouth. And we breathe in and we create this little bit of sound, beautiful sound like ocean waves moving onto the shore. And if you have difficulty, you might just follow a deep breath in and out. If your eyes are closed or downcast, you might flutter them open or forward. We're going to take a little bit of movement before we move into our meditation. Very gently, hands drop by your sides. Lift them in front, inhale, and then up overhead. Exhale, palms face out, arms reach like you mean it, and all the way down to the mat. Palms face up, inhale, reach forward and lift. Keep the shoulder blades squeezing together. Palms out to breathe out, reach away from the center chest and down. And one more round. I'm going to lift the arms back in the air. And then take a little twist over to your right or your left, your choice. Whichever way you're twisting, the hand comes behind you, fingers are tented. See if you can loosen your calves, loosen your ankles, loosen your feet. Inhale for space, get tall. Exhale, twisty. Inhale, space, latitude for gratitude. And exhale, twist. Inhale, draw through the center, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Arms overhead. We'll take a cactus shape in our arms and then we'll drop the hands behind us. You're welcome to hook the fingers or interlace them. Draw your knuckles toward the earth, arms straight. Maybe your knuckles are on a cushion. Lift from the top of the pelvis. Press the knees down. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Imagine you're making some orange juice out of your orange shoulder blades. Lift from the center heart and maybe drop your throat open with your head back. Can you drop your throat open? You can drop your head back for sure. And then we're going to sweep the arms in front, scoop the belly in, bring the hands in front of your shins, walk the hands forward. Inhale, squeeze the belly again. Exhale, find a little bit more space. Oh, that feels really good on the glutes. Hopefully it does on yours. Imagine you're making the low back really wide. Tuck that tailbone, spread the sacrum. Hands walk back. If you've practiced with me before, you probably know where this is going. We're going to shift backwards a little bit onto the hands and switch up the cross of the legs. Hands come forward and we walk, 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 walk. Little lobster walk, little crab walk, except we're not going sideways. We're going forward. Stop. Breathe in. Squeeze the belly breath out. Bring the hands a little more forward. Drop your head. Nod your head, shake your head, and waggle your eyebrows. Open and close your mouth. On a breath out, with a really strong belly, walk the hands back so you are sitting upright. And if you need to slide your back to something solid, feel free, but don't let you sort of hunch and drape. Rather use that to support the spine. Belly in, tail going forward, back of the right hand in the palm of the left, or you can rest your palms up or down on your thighs. We're going to work into our Latitude for Gratitude meditation. Chin tucks a tiny bit. Back of the head is pressed backward. Eyes cast downward and forward or all the way closed, but very softly. Open up the collarbones a little bit. Take a big breath in. Release it. Natural breath. Lips are very slightly parted, not like a big old goldfish, or a small old goldfish or a small young goldfish, just lightly parted with the tip of the tongue placed right behind your top teeth where the dentin, the teeth, meet the soft palate. And gently, effortlessly breathing. You're going to imagine something outside of your space, maybe even outside the whole building for which you have gratitude. Perhaps it is sunshine, which is my gratitude for today, or fresh air, or a being. So just contemplate without a lot of mechanism of thought. Picture that being or object or thing, or catch the sensation of it. Your sense of gratitude for whatever that is outside your current room or your building. Now draw your attention into the space that you currently occupy. Consider something that is not part of your being, energetically or otherwise, physically. Something inside the space you currently occupy for which you are grateful. Perhaps it's warm air. Perhaps it's your mat. Conjure up that sensation of gratitude. Feel what it feels like to experience whatever that is. Now become aware something associated with your physical being for which you have gratitude. Maybe it is the ability to breathe, or maybe it is the color of your eyes, or your smile, or the fact that there's a body part that yesterday didn't feel so great and maybe today it does. So conjuring up that sensation of gratitude for something associated with your physical being, your physical wellness. And now finally we move to something associated with our energetic being. It could be your ability for joy or happiness or the possibility of compassion. Something energetically. Maybe it's your energy level today. Feeling, experiencing that feel. Drop your hands by your sides again and imagine you're surrounding yourself with a bubble of gratitude, reaching the palms up and out, left and right. Inhaling, getting really large in your space, arms up overhead. Exhale, palms together at your heart, making space, feeling energetically in your gratitude bubble. Let's celebrate our ability to be grateful. Let's celebrate all those things, little and big, whether they are physical or emotional or energetic or experiences for which we have gratitude that have brought us to where we are today. Using a sound of Om. You might make that silent or you might make it full voce. We're going to take a cleansing breath in first. And then we're going to inhale for Om. And continuing our sense for creating space, for creating latitude, for allowing the scope of gratitude to form and experience inside ourselves. We're going to drop the right hand to the mat, lift the left arm high, open up the rib cage by sitting up super tall, press the tailbone forward and tilt over to the right. If you're moving to the left, that's okay too. It's an asymmetrical pose, so we'll take it on the other side. Lift your heart toward the sky and maybe the gaze moves up toward your wrist or your inner arm. Maybe the hand on the ground moves forward to open things up also in the right scapula, the shoulder blade. And then we lift up and we take all the shenanigans over to the other side. Lift and stretch, lift and stretch. Inhale long, making space. Exhale to open up that right rib cage or left, depending on which side you're moving to. Gaze lifts and the hand on the ground might glide outward. Rise back up, both arms overhead, and find your way into a child's pose. I'll meet you there. Big toes touch, knees are nice and wide. Forehead on your mat. Formulating your intention or coming back to your motivation or maybe that sense of gratitude as you rock your head left and right. Sitting bones drawing toward your heels, big toes touching. Draw the wrist from the earth, fingertips on the earth. Crawl your hands forward a little bit more. Big breath in. Exhale, walk your hands all the way to the left, maybe off the mat. Right hand rests on the back of the left. Stretching, stretching, stretching once again as you draw your right sit bone to your right heel. Inhale through to center and exhale opposite side. Draw your hands to center. We're going to sit back up on our heels. Draw the knees together. We're going to take our cat-cows from this posture. If your knees have a hard time bending, you can always place a blanket or a bolster or something behind them. And we're going to take the heels of the hands onto the hip creases Slowly around the spine. Imagine you're massaging your thighs with the heels of your hands as the heels of the hands move forward. The head drops. Round the back, round the shoulders. Inhale, arch your back, cow-shaped seated cow. I know cows don't sit this way. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We're going to kneel upward on our knees this time for a little baby back bend, just like when we were seated. So draw your hips right over your knees to start. Hands behind you, interlace or intertwine or hook your fingers. Draw your knuckles down. Shift your hips forward so you're squeezing your glutes a little bit. Press the tops of the feet into the earth and then lift from the front of the pelvis all the way to the sternum, the breastbone. Lift, 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 lift. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Draw the arms long. Drop your head back. Leaving space, creating latitude for gratefulness. Shoulders over the hips. Arms float wide and high. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to go ahead and scoot the left leg out to the left and bring the foot sort of parallel to the outer edge of the mat. Make that as wide as feels okay for you. Left hand on your left thigh, right arm floats high, and exhale to tilt over to the left. Press the pelvis forward. Use the shoelace side of that right foot into the earth, and then the outer edge of the left foot is really connecting, rooting into the ground. You can sweep your right arm toward your left knee, all the way in front of you. Drop the fingertips outside your right knee, and then sweep the left arm toward the right. Lift that arm overhead, and press the pelvis forward, rock star. You're welcome to make any hand gesture that feels good, rock and roll, or some other mudra, or nothing. Press the hips forward, the pelvis forward, gaze at your left thumb. We're going to rise back up, both arms overhead. Take a cactus shape. Draw back your left knee to the mat. Eagle arms, right elbow underneath the left. Lift the elbow shoulder height or higher. Keep your glutes working for you. It starts to open up the psoas. And then reach the arms high again. Bring your hands to your heart. Right leg scoots out to the right. If you need to use your hands to move into any of these postures, feel free. We're pressing that right heel away from us, right hand onto your right thigh, left arm floats, and an exhale, a tilt over to the right, opening up the heart, the ribs making space for breath and gratefulness. We take a look over to the right, sweep the left arm toward the right, and then around the front of the body, outside the left knee, it lands. The right arm sweeps in front of you, lifts high overhead, pelvis reaches forward, and the gaze moves up to the right thumb. Open, open, open. Shoelace side of the left foot pressing in. Very little weight in your left fingertips. Energy from the outer edge of the right foot into the earth. We're going to rise back up, both arms overhead. Draw your right knee back to the mat under your hip. Cactus shape arms. This time, eagle arms left under right. Hands draw to your hips. We're going to find Anjaneyasana, stepping the left foot in front of you. If you need to use your hands, use your hands. Find your balance. I'm squiggling my left foot out to the left a little bit. I'm pressing the shoelace side of the right foot to the earth, the heel of the left foot into the earth. Hands drop by your sides. Again, finding our back bend. Squeeze the right glutes and squeeze your right hamstrings. Arms lift up overhead. Cactus-shaped arms. Eagle arms, left elbow under right. We humble our knee down lunge, rounding into the spine, scooping the belly in. Checking that the left knee remains over the left ankle. We're not flopping it out to the left. Right hand drops down. Left arm floats high for your twist. Rise up, east-west pose. The left arm is behind you. The right arm is in front. Drag that left hip backward a little bit, and then clasp your hands in front of your left hip and drop your chin. Coming forward, hands to your belly. Hands frame your front foot for your half split. I'm going to scoot my right knee backward a little bit, so I'm above the kneecap on the right side. Lengthen the left foot. Peel the ball of the foot off the earth. Heart reaching forward. Shoulders toward the hips. This can be a polarizing posture. Maybe there's something about it for which you are grateful. Maybe it's the opening of the hamstring. Maybe it's the work of the breath. Maybe it's how the left hip is moving back in space. Press the ball of the foot to the earth. Feels a little different, doesn't it? Lift the ball of the foot away. Press the ball of the foot to the earth. Peel it off. Really work the pinky toe side of the foot toward your left armpit. And one more time, we press the sole of the foot. This time we tuck the back toes under, bend into the front knee, come into a runner's lunge. You might shorten or lengthen your stance here. We're peeling the belly away from the thigh. And we're going to move into Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose, hiking that back foot part way up the mat, grabbing a block if need be. Drawing the left heel backward in space like you're moving the mat back toward your right foot. Drop your head. We're going to plant the fingers on the ground around that front foot, maybe a little bend in the front knee, and float that right foot up. It doesn't have to come very high, but reach it away from the mat. Draw your right knee to your nose, and then plant your foot on the ground. Dropping your bum into a squat, your heels might draw off the mat, and your hands reach to your heart. See if you can press your way into a chair pose. I got a little wobbly there. Maybe you float the arms up. Maybe you don't. We reach up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart and move into mountain pose. Hands drop by your sides. Arms lift high. Exhale to fold over your legs. Draw your belly in. Reach the hips back and up. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands can come to the shins. We stay here for a full breath. Reaching the spine nice and long, the nose toward the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, float high. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. We're working our opening. Hands drop behind you again. If you interlaced your fingers last time, interlace them the awkward way this time. If you hooked your fingers last time, hook them the opposite way this time. Knuckles draw down, arms draw long, heart lifts high. We drop down a little bit more. Maybe a little float onto the left toes. Returning the heel, float onto the right toes. We're going to do a little balance later, and come back down. Find your fold, nice soft knees. Hands release to the earth, left foot glides to the back of the mat, drop your left knee, Anjaneyasana on this side, untuck your toes, rise up. Hands can drop by your sides to start. Really finding that opening along the left psoas, tractioning the feet toward each other, and opening up the heart. Left glutes are super activated, as are the hamstrings. But we're not grasping the mat with our toes. I say we're not, I just was, so that's what reminded me of it. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze those left glutes. Arms reach out and up. Cactus shape arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let those collarbones really smile. Eagle arms right under left. One wrap or two, doesn't matter. Elbows lift shoulder height or higher. You might feel your psoas open up a little bit more. You might get a little wibbly wobbly. You can move the foot out to the right if that's needed. And we humble our knee down lunge. A great space to check that the right knee is directly over the right ankle and not moving away from the midline. Left hand down under your shoulder, right arm sweeps, it unfurls upward. So you twist to the right without dropping that right knee outward. East to west pose, rising up, right hand behind, left arm in front. Finding that deeper twist, possibly. Gaze is toward the right. Eyeballs move in that direction as well, as if you are creating more peripheral vision. Hands clasp your right hip and your chin drops. Return front and center, lift the arms overhead. And frame your front foot for your half split. Ardha Hanumanasana. You might scoot your hands backward a little bit, dragging that energy of the right heel backward and reaching your heart forward. Maybe on this side you have gratitude for something different in the body or in your energy, or whatever gratefulness you might have for this posture as it opens up your heart and opens up your hamstrings. We're going to work it a little bit, pressing the whole foot to the earth. Press that big toe mound in and then float the ball of the foot away. Hips will move back in space a little bit when that happens. Press the ball of the foot to the earth. Lift it away. One final time, press the ball of the foot to the earth. Scoot your hands forward. Tuck your left toes under for your runner's lunge. Reaching behind you with that left heel. Grabbing a prop if you need it for your pyramid pose. We'll hike that left foot halfway up the mat. Lift halfway up. Strong, long spine. Exhale for your fold. Remove your prop. Hands frame your front foot. Draw your left foot off the mat and reach it high. Sorry, I just got really close to the microphone. Left knee to your nose. And the left foot meets the right foot. We're going to drop the bottom again, coming to a little squat. Hands into the heart. Press the heels down, rise up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Staying in your chair, float the whole left foot off the mat, drawing your knee to your heart. Reach that leg long behind you. Draw into your crescent warrior. Arms can float overhead. Cactus shape arms. Arms reach in front. Peel the left arm open, come to warrior two. I am thoroughly warmed up. I'm going to take off my outer layer. Juicy bend in your front knee. Powered up back leg. Reverse your warrior. Warrior two. A reverse. If you like, you might scoot your left arm behind your low back. Lift the right heel off the mat. Sink down a bit more. Return your right heel to the mat. Take a moment. Find some gratefulness. What about this posture might bring a smile to your face, or maybe a sensation of gratitude? Warrior two, hands to your hips. Straighten your front leg. Dial your right toes toward the long edge of your mat. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold, hinging at the hips halfway down. Reach with the heart. Bring the shoulders toward the hips. Come all the way down to the mat. Wide-legged forward fold. Wide-mouth-toed. Maybe you interlace your fingers behind your head and let gravity help out. Hands drop down under the shoulders, lift halfway up. We're going to move toward the front of the mat, so you'll pivot on your right foot on the ball of the left. We're going to move into a lizard twist, dropping the back knee, right foot way to the right, and point the toes to the right. You want to be above the kneecap on that left knee. Toes tucked or not, your choice. Left hand down, right elbow or palm inside your right thigh. Foot stays pressed to the earth. It's just pointed outward as you take a twist over to the right. Move the pelvis toward the front of the mat. And if you like a quad stretch here, you can always bend into your back knee and or reach for that foot. I'm going to move fully into pigeon. So if the left foot is lifted, place it back down. Come forward with your right hand. And then bring your toes and your heel on the right foot parallel. Peel open that foot like a book. So you're on the outer edge of that foot. You might stay here, or maybe you have enough space to work with to bring your forearms either to a prop or to the mat. Creating space. We worked a lot of space into the heart, into the belly, and now we are working it into the hips. Space for gratitude, latitude for gratitude. Allowing the openness to take in all the things for which we are grateful. Hands plant, right foot plants. We're going to step into a wide-legged forward fold at the front of the mat, so the left foot outside the left hand. Press the sitting bones back and up. Left fingertips draw to the earth under your nose. Left knee bends. Float the right arm high. We're opening up the IT band on the right side. So if you're not feeling anything on the outside of the right leg, you might bring your feet closer together. You might unbend your left knee, or you might ensure that you're twisting more from the belly than the shoulder. Other side, same gig. Left hand down. Scoot the feet toward each other. And we know where this is going, I think. We're moving right into chair pose again to work our balance. If you like, the hands can draw to your heart. The right foot floats from the floor, the right knee toward the chest. Right leg extends long or maybe bent behind you to crescent warrior. Take your time. Find your stance. Powered up back leg, heart reaching up and forward, right glutes animated. I used to think of a cartoon being painted on them. Left knee over the left ankle. Squeeze those right glutes, squeeze the right hamstrings, cactus shape arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, a lot of squeezing today. Arms reach in front, peel open warrior two. And find your way there. There is no perfect landing. Left palm flips and we reverse this warrior. Left heel floats away. Come a little deeper into the posture, bending that front knee a little bit more. And draw the heel back down, warrior two. Let's reverse it once more. And this time, if you like, a little half bind. So the right arm behind your right low back, your low back. Warrior two. Hands to your hips. Lengthen your front leg. Pivot toward the long edge of your mat again. This time, we'll draw the heels in and the toes out for goddess pose, also known as horse or temple. Bottoms down, arms in cactus, tailbone tilted forward, knees working to be pointing toward your middle toes, fingers like you mean it. Both heels off the mat, sink down. See if you can stay there for a mo. And then heels return, stay low. Rise back up, hands to your hips. We're going to pivot forward and work into our lizard twist on this side. Hands inside your left foot. Maybe lengthen your stance, drop your back knee down. Left foot out to the left. Toes point to the left. Twist. Twist and shout. Twist and quad stretch. Twist and quad stretch. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby, now. Come on and stretch it on out. And our lizard back foot drops. Left toes and heel come in line. Foot peels open like a book. And then if we like, forearms to the mat or to a prop. We are coming all the way back to the mat. I want to work a little bit more on the legs and the back. Hands drop down. Left foot onto the earth, point the toes out, Malasana squat. It's like a chair pose, but wider with your bum lower. I like to shift around a little bit, foot to find my way. Hands to your heart. You're welcome to take a twist here or remain for 6. Nice long spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hands to the mat. We're working into our last 10 minutes of the practice. Come all the way to your seat. Soles of the feet on the mat. Arms float in front. Lift your heart. Strong, strong belly. Inhale. Exhale, come part way down, just a few inches. Inhale. Keep your hands as wide as they are, and on the exhale, twist over to the right. Full round of breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Full round of breath. Inhale, center. Come halfway down. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, all the way down to the mat. Woo-wee-you. We're going to move our way into a bridge. Your choice if you want to do the traditional yoga bridge with your heels close to your bottom, or something more Pilates-like with the heels a little farther away. Either way, you're going to kiss the shoulder blades to the mat. You're going to press into the feet to shift the knees forward and lift your hips. Shoulder blades snuggle toward each other. And you're going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings. Press the big toe mounds all the way to the earth. You don't have to come super far away from the mat. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If your low back hurts, come a little lower or continue to squeeze the glutes a little bit more and the hamstrings a little bit more. And we breathe for 3. Lift the heart. 2. And 1. 1 vertebra at a time. You draw all the way to the mat. We don't want to undo the whole back bend, but if it feels better, you might scoot your feet a little wide and just tap your knees together for a moment. We're going to move into 1 more back bend here. Set yourself up, strong foundation. Press your feet firmly to the earth to float the knees forward and lift the hips. Shoulder blades draw toward each other. Heart lifts, pelvis lifts, glutes activate, hamstrings power up. And here we remain for 6. And 1, unzip all the way to the mat. Hug your knees into your heart. Give them a good squeeze, maybe some hip circles. Opposite direction. Knee circles. And then find your way back to your seat. You might rock and roll or use your hands or both. Left leg long, right foot to the earth, sit up nice and tall. Twist over to the right. Return front and center, switch that up. Right leg long, sit up tall. Twist to the left. Janu Shirshasana, come forward, drop that left knee out to the left, reach the heart forward, fold over your right leg. Nice long spine. shift onto that left hip, swing the right leg behind you, moving into pigeon. You can take fallen angel if you like, if that works better for your body, with the right knee bent and the left hip on the ground. But otherwise, for pigeon, you want your right leg straight out of the hip, maybe a prop under your left hip, left foot activated. You might stay upright or fold, but if you fold, you're going to check in that you're not hanging on your shoulders or at the center of your back. We're going to breathe here for 6. Hands plant back underneath your shoulders. You're going to shift onto that left hip, swing your right leg around for Baddha Konasana or starfish, your choice. You might stay upright, which I think I'm going to do, or fold over your legs. If you fold over your legs, heart first and then round your spine. Left leg extends, Janu Shirshasana on this side. I realize now you can't see my feet. Heart forward, nice long spine. Rise back up, strong belly, and our pigeon on the other side. Take your time. That's the last posture we'll do before we come down to our backs. Check in with the shoulders. Find gratefulness. Find gratitude. Find the feeling of openness, of acceptance, of thankfulness. If you happen to love this posture, which it tends to be polarizing, you might simply be grateful for the posture, as I am. Although 12 years ago, I wouldn't have been. I just would have been grateful for being able to make my way into it. One hand under each shoulder. You shift back up. Just a few minutes to go. Moving the legs in front, maybe the soles of the feet to the mat. Find your way, whatever way makes sense, all the way down to the mat. Sorry about that. Knees draw in toward the armpits. Happy baby. Arms long inside your knees. Hands can take a hold of the inner or outer edges of your feet as the knees drop outward from the ribs. And a little rock left and right. You might extend one leg at a time to aid that. Legs up the virtual wall, hands underneath your low back. Legs all the way onto the earth. Arms flop down. Big breath in. Grateful breath out. Shavasana. Bend one knee at a time. Come on to one side. Here we turn to your motivation or intention. And consider one thing about this practice for which you might retain gratitude, your practice, for which you might retain gratitude for the remainder of your day. Press yourself to a comfortable seat and we'll celebrate that as if we could kind of surround and prepare ourselves for the remainder of the day with that sense of gratitude. Hands to your heart. Breathe all the air out of your lungs. The chant of Om or the orientation of your breath will surround you with your sense, your feeling, your experience of gratitude. Breathe in fully. Thumb knuckles connect right at the center forehead. May you be thoughtful in gratitude. Thumb knuckles to your lips. May your words exude gratitude. Thumb knuckles to your heart. May your heart be full of gratefulness. Thumb knuckles return to the forehead as we bow and honor one another, saying namaste. Thank you all for sharing your beautiful practices. My name is Karen. If you have opportunity to donate, you have the funds, feel free on our website, saltandsandsstudios.com. Lots of videos available here for you, and I hope to see you live at some point. Have a wonderful remainder of your day, and see you soon. I'm grateful for each and every one of you.